Hello, Kenyo. Thanks for your hard work today. You received your salary for last month today, right?
Oh, hi, Tina. Yep, I got my salary.
Like we promised, you can't just deposit from your bank account without telling me now that we're living together, alright? You only need 100 euros per month of allowance, right? Let me take care of your salary and all our other finances from now on.
All right.
What, are you unsatisfied or something? Why? You don't trust me to take care of your salary for you or something?
No, it's not that I don't trust you, but you've told me a lot of things about how we can save money, and I'm impressed at your knowledge. But I'm worried whether I'm going to be able to adopt that lifestyle as well. I've never had to be this careful with money, you see.
Well, you must have had a comfortable life up until now. But I guess you're right. You see, I grew up in a poor household, so this stuff just comes naturally to me. You, on the other hand, are not very good at spending money-wise, after all, Canio.
Come on, you didn't need to remind me. I already know for myself.
Yes, I'm telling it to you because I think that saying it directly is for your own good.
Do you really think I'll be able to get by for a month with just 100 euros? That's what you want me to do for now, right?
Yup. Let me take care of all the other financial business, and I promise we'll achieve our goals in no time. I know that this is going to be difficult for you since you've used your money freely up until now, but now is the time to grit your teeth and pull through.
You're right. But I wonder if I'll actually be able to do it. Even when I was in university, I had an allowance of 500 euros per month.
Seriously? Looks like we've got a rich kid over here. On a serious note, are you really that worried? It's really not that hard, Kenyo. All you have to do is not spend money in places you don't need to. Like that road bike you bought last month. You used it a couple times in the first week, and you've never touched it since. How much did that cost exactly?
It's not that I don't want to use it, it's just that I'm too busy. Besides, not spending money in places you don't need to is easier said than done. And yeah, I am worried. But you're going to be making me lunch boxes from now on, so I guess I won't have to use money on lunch anymore. I just think this will cut my expenses by a couple hundred euros. But still, my lifestyle is going to have to change a lot if I'm going to get by with only 100 euros per month.
Alright, then think of it like this. If you're not going to be more careful with your money, then I'm not going to marry you.
What? I don't want that.
I knew that would motivate you. Then let's do our best, shall we?
Right. I'll do my best.
Yup, that's the spirit. Besides, it's not like you're the only one who's going to have to be careful with money from now on. I'm going to limit myself to an allowance of 100 euros per month, just like you.
Hey, Canio. I saw your wife made that economic lunchbox again. Do you seriously only have 100 euros per month as your allowance? What's the deal with that? Yeah, still 100 euros. My girlfriend is some sort of money-saving expert, you see, and she wants me not to be so wasteful with my money. But it's not like I have to pay for my food expenses with the 100 euros, and drinking parties and stuff at the company are also separate. So it's really not that bad. Yeah, but you can't buy the stuff you want to buy anymore, right? Doesn't that suck? Well, it took a bit of getting used to. It's not really that bad. You see, I was the kind of person who would unconsciously waste a lot of money on things I didn't need. I'm only receiving 100 euros of allowance per month as a way to... It's actually been working since now whenever I buy something, I first think to myself, do I really need this? Something I had never done before. But the most important thing is that my girlfriend's economic lunchbox actually tastes really good. I actually like my new lifestyle now. But don't we earn 150,000 euros a year? What's the point in going that far just to save a couple euros? I mean, it's not like a couple hundred is going to make a difference, right? Besides, aren't you a bit sad that you're starting to enjoy this lifestyle of extreme money saving? We're amongst the top earners. We don't need to live like we're in poverty or something, Canio. At least consider the possibility that your girlfriend is conditioning you to become used to a life of poverty with all this saving. Huh? Why in the world would Tina need to condition me to a life of poverty? I know it may seem a bit extreme, but Tina said she grew up in a poor household, so apparently this stuff is normal for her. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It scares me how you just believe what your girlfriend says when she tells you to be more careful with money. You're not even a bit suspicious as to why she's not letting you use your own money? Yeah, but what's wrong with not wasting money? Becoming wiser about how you spend your money can only be a good thing, right? Most importantly, though, the reason I've adopted this new lifestyle is because I'm thinking about our marriage. You just can't spend money however you want once you're married, you know. There's no reason for you to criticize me on this. Come on. What's the point in having money when you're not even going to use it? You say that you're doing this stuff with marriage in mind, but isn't your girlfriend just forcing this lifestyle on you because she wants to spend that money on her own? I don't know. So she can buy expensive bags and stuff? Huh? Are you accusing my girlfriend of using my money behind my back? I'm just saying it's a possibility and you can't just believe everything she says. I've heard of stories where guys give their girlfriends their bank account info, only for both the girlfriend and the money to disappear. Sometimes they can't even track their girlfriend down because she had been using a fake identity the whole time. I mean, as soon as she started living with you, she told you that she would be the one taking care of your salary from now on, right? That's the sign of a woman who only sees men as walking ATMs. Yes, but I believe in Tina. She would never do such a thing. All right, it's your decision, but the guys who got scammed said the exact same thing. I'm 100% sure that she sees you as an easy target. That's probably the only reason why she moved in with you in the first place. Watch it, Antonio. You can insult me, but not my girlfriend. She shows me the bank account once every 10 days. I saw with my own eyes that this new lifestyle of saving money was working, and that she wasn't using my money for anything strange. Is that so? Who knows? Maybe she's just making it look like that. You said she was in charge of your house's finances, right? She could probably do it if she wanted to. No, it's impossible. She keeps detailed accounts on when and where we spend money, which means that there's proof that my girlfriend is not doing anything suspicious, so I have no reason to doubt her. So will you please stop insulting my girlfriend like that anymore? Oh! Just don't come crying to me when she pulls a fast one on you and you suddenly have no more money in your bank account.
Kenyo, how was the lunchbox I made for you today? You see, we've been spending a bit too much this month, so I had to be a bit more economic than usual with your lunchbox.
Don't worry, it was delicious.
Really? I'm glad then.
Yep. I've got no complaints. We've been spending too much since we had to buy a new rice cooker, right?
Yes. It's been half a year since you started this new lifestyle, right? I'm a bit worried that you might be getting stressed out because of it. Are you sure it's fine?
Yes, I'm completely fine. You always tell me whenever there are unexpected things we need to spend money on, and your lunchboxes are delicious, so I'm loving this new lifestyle. Letting you take care of our finances was a great decision. I never knew how wasteful I was with money up until now. I'm counting on you from now on as well, alright?
Yep, thanks. It really means a lot to me that you appreciate what I've been doing.
Hey, Canhio. I saw your girlfriend made you a poverty conditioning lunchbox again today. Huh? What do you mean poverty conditioning? I've already told you my girlfriend is doing no such thing, Antonio. Cut it out already. Your wife could be dining at a 3-star Michelin French restaurant right now. She brings a lunchbox to work just like me. Is that so? And how do you know she just doesn't throw it away to go eat at a restaurant instead? But my wife's allowance is 100 euros per month, just like me. Hey, Antonio. Don't get mad at me just because you got no girlfriend to make you lunchboxes. Huh? You've been teasing me about my wife's lunchbox ever since I came to work with it. It's been 7 months already. To be honest, I was impressed at how you never got tired of it. But I'm tired of it. So could you cut it out already? What did you say? Well then, I think I'm going to continue enjoying the lunch my girlfriend made for me and get back to work. Shut up! Who said I don't have a girlfriend? Hey, Canio, there's something important I need to tell you. What is it? You see, yesterday was a day off for me and I saw something really interesting. What? Just tell me already, Antonio. I saw your girlfriend enter a luxury clothes brand with another man. Huh? You see, I was right. I told you, didn't I? Don't come crying to me, okay? You were right about what? I mean, it's a luxury clothes brand and she entered it with another man. Now for sure we know that she's just been using you as an ATM. Not only that, but she's even cheating on you. I guess you got what you deserve for not listening to my warnings, huh? It must suck to be you right now. You're talking about yesterday noon, right? The luxury clothes brand in Ginza? Yes, and? How did you know she was there? My girlfriend works for them. She's an employee at the luxury clothes brand. Huh? Seriously? But she didn't look like she was wearing a uniform to me. You must have just been imagining things. She already told me that she would be visiting the Ginza shop on company orders. That's probably when you saw her. The person she was with was a colleague of hers which I've met before. Oh, and by the way, she's a woman, not a man. What? That was a woman? Changing topics though, the CEO said that there was something he wanted to tell the employees as soon as the lunch break was over. You better finish your lunch quickly or you won't be able to make it. Damn it. Tina, something terrible has happened.
Kenyo? What's the matter?
My company just went bankrupt.
What?
You see, the CEO of our company spoke in front of all the employees as soon as lunch break was over today and told us about how things haven't been going well for the company. He said they already did whatever they could, but it didn't work and now the company is going bankrupt.
I see. That's a real shame, and I know it's going to be tough for the company employees. But for you, it's...
Yep. I'm not going to let go of this opportunity. You see, I've already talked to some of my colleagues who I think will be useful. It was thanks to our money-saving skills that I was able to go into action immediately without hesitating. Because we had saved so much, we were able to reach the amount we needed faster than I expected. I'm so thankful for you, Tina.
You say it like it's all my doing, but you worked hard as well, didn't you? You didn't go over your allowance of 100 euros per month even once.
Yep. I'm still thankful for what you did, though. I would have never been able to do it without your knowledge, after all.
Yeah, no problem. We can't let our guard down, though. We need to be careful with our money from now on as well. Just because we reached our savings goal doesn't mean you can start being wasteful with your money like you used to be, alright?
Yep, got it. I'm counting on you, Tina. Canio! Hire me at your company as well. And make sure to pay me at least 150,000 euros a year. Hi, Antonio. Hire me at your company and give me a salary of at least 150,000 euro a year. The company's still in preparation. It's fine if it's still in preparation. Just pay me a salary. What in the world is your problem? I thought you got a job at the company our previous CEO introduced the employees to. I quit. Huh? Why? You see, not only was the salary lower than our previous job, but everyone was looking down on me for some reason. It's probably because I was new there or something. But that's not going to be the case at your company because you've hired several former colleagues, right? I'm going to stand at the top and be their leader. Yep, I think your attitude is the problem. I don't think they're necessarily looking down on you more than they don't want to have to put up with you or your nonsense. What? What did you say to me? Sorry, but I already hired everyone I needed. Even if we hired you, we wouldn't have any work for you to do. Fine, at least give me money then. At least until I find a job that pays as well as the previous one, but Huh? You mean without working? And why should I do that? Because I'm a friend in need. If you started a new business, that must mean that you've got plenty of money thanks to your girlfriend's money-saving techniques, right? This is an emergency for me, so you could at least help me a bit, right? Sorry, but we're going to use that money to run the company, so I'm not going to give it to you no matter what. Besides, they gave all of us a bit of money when the company went bankrupt, right? Can't you use that to get by for now? I can't, it's all gone. My girlfriend, you see, she told me that there was no point in dating a man with no money and left with everything I had left. What? Seriously? Well, I feel bad for you, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to be giving you any money, Antonio. I know. If you won't hire me at your company, then give me your girlfriend instead. Huh? Are you alright, Antonio? What you're saying right now is ridiculous even by your standards. It's not ridiculous. If you feel bad for me like you say, then give me your girlfriend. She's an employee at a luxury clothes brand, right? If a woman who works at a place like that and knows how to save money becomes my girlfriend, then it's fine if I don't work. Alright, I've made my decision. You're crazy, Antonio, if you think that either me or my girlfriend would agree to that. Why? I need her more than you, so it's not crazy. Give me your girlfriend right now. No. And Tina's not my girlfriend anymore. She's my wife now. Huh? Your wife? We got married recently. What? Look at you finding happiness and stuff. You got married and are now the CEO of a company. Meanwhile, my girlfriend left with all my money and I'm currently unemployed. This is unfair. Why not apply for financial support or find a job or something? No, and you should probably get your girlfriend who fled with your money to give it back. I'm asking you for this favor precisely because I can't do such things. It will be too humiliating. I used to earn 150,000 euros a year. I can't just go and find a new job that will probably pay nowhere near that much. There's no way I'm going to ask my girlfriend to give me the money back either. It would look like I was in need of money or something. So hurry up and get a divorce so you can hand over this money-saving woman to me. Why, you better stop messing around. Finding a job is too humiliating. But what you're doing right now isn't? Huh? Our money-saving lifestyle worked not just because of Tina's knowledge, but also because I grit my teeth and push through. Someone like you who doesn't even want to get a job won't be able to pull it off even if you have my wife to help you. But what am I supposed to do then? I don't have a job and I don't have any money left either. Then go and get a job, you dumbass. You say that like it's easy. It's not my problem. Bye. Antonio was always the kind of person who seemed to enjoy making people mad by looking down on them or insulting them. But apparently, while I was away on a business trip one day, Antonio came to our new company's office with his resume in hand saying, "I'll work for you people." One of our employees kindly explained to him that we weren't currently hiring and turned him away, but he got pissed at this and started going on a rampage. Of course, we called the police on him, and he was taken away with the extra charge of obstruction of official duties for getting violent with the police. At a later date, we made him pay for the equipment he destroyed when he went on his rampage, and also for obstructing work in the office. Antonio went into debt because of this, and it seems that his parents finally found out about his situation around the time and forcefully brought him home into his hometown in the countryside. Apparently, he now works at a 24-hour factory owned by his uncle, barely able to sleep every day because he needs to pay off his massive debt somehow.
I can't believe you're finally here. It's been too long. I've missed you. Will you head straight to the wedding venue, or will you stop by the manor?
Of course. I wouldn't miss my precious sister's wedding for the world. I'll get my clothes and drive straight to the venue. Is that all right? Am I allowed to take my car, or should I show up in a horse-drawn carriage?
I couldn't ask every guest to find alternatives to driving. We've made exceptions for cars and mobile phones. Didn't you read the invitation? It was all discussed there.
I skimmed through it. I couldn't finish reading without risking straining my eyes. Was it necessary to write it in cursive?
Well, I'm not too sure. The wedding planner said it was, so we went with it. Was it that bad?
No, it only gave me a mild headache and vertigo after reading it twice. It was almost harmless during the first read-through.
Give me a second. I should have the final designs of the invitations in an envelope somewhere. I'll take a look at them.
Sure.
Oh, God, why did no one else mention this? We sent out over 100 of these. I swear it looked different as a sample. It also had much less text on it.
Well, first of all, I'm worried you're surrounded by a lot more yes men and women than you'd like to admit. And secondly, does the font really even matter at this point? The invitations have served their purpose. Didn't you say you'd already received confirmation emails?
Yes, but what if they've also ignored the theme and the special requirements? They've all received their garments, but I doubt that'll be enough to clear up the confusion regarding the theme.
I assure you, it's not as confusing as you make it out to be.
Is that so? What is the theme then? Tell me.
It's clearly a medieval fairy tale themed wedding.
Putting an exclamation mark at the end of your message isn't automatically going to make your statements correct.
It's still better than a question mark, isn't it?
Well, I suppose.
So what is it?
It's Romeo and Juliet. I thought it'd be fairly obvious.
Perhaps too obvious. I mean, isn't that a little too on the nose? I, for one, can imagine making my name the theme of my wedding.
That's because you were named after Dad's car.
You'd think I'd have gotten used to it by now, but it still stings every time I'm reminded of that.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to reopen old wounds. Lincoln's just as wonderful of a name as Juliet. And even if it wasn't, what's in a name?
Are you brushing up on your Shakespeare quotes for the wedding?
Oh, come on, give me a break. I didn't even say the whole thing this time.
Now that I think about it, it's a little strange. Why'd you model your wedding after a tragedy? Isn't that asking for bad luck?
When did you become so superstitious? The theme's an homage to our first meeting. Have I never told you the story? I met Christopher when we were cast as Romeo and Juliet in our high school play.
Did anyone else bother auditioning for the role, or was it assigned to you without contention?
Very funny. At least I got to act in actual plays.
I guess that's one of the perks of attending a co-ed school. Our boarding school's theater program strictly forbade putting on plays with female characters in them.
If it makes you feel any better, you can always act out scenes at my wedding.
Which scenes?
Those that don't involve death. Out with tragedies. We're revising Romeo and Juliet as a romantic comedy. Well, it's more of a romance than a comedy. We'll change some things around and get our happily ever after at the end.
It all sounds a bit chaotic, but it's your day. Do as you please.
It won't be chaotic. I have everything planned out. We had a stage constructed and everything. We're going to have the costumes and the decorations, obviously, but we're also going to structure the whole wedding as a play. We'll have a prologue and an epilogue, and in between we'll have the readings and people acting out scenes. Oh, and we'll have a musical prelude. It's going to be a magical day.
You've really put a lot of effort into this, haven't you?
Well, yes, it's a once-in-a-lifetime occasion.
Is the groom just as excited?
He is. He hasn't been involved in the whole planning process. He's only seen bits and pieces of things, so I'm betting he's going to be pleasantly surprised when he sees everything come together so beautifully.
I'm sure he'll love it. I'm normally not a big fan of these grand events, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I'm happy to hear that. I have to go now. I need my beauty sleep. I can't show up at the ceremony with dark circles under my eyes.
Right, of course. Good night.
Good night. Christopher, dear, where are you? The bride texting on her smartphone doesn't really go with the theme. Are you all right? Are you stuck in traffic? The orchestra's waiting for my cue to start. We can delay the ceremony for an hour or two, but any longer than that, and we won't be able to keep up with the schedule.
I'm sorry, Juliet. I can't do this.
What? I thought you liked the orchestra.
I'm not talking about the orchestra. I'm talking about this wedding. I can't go through with it. I'm sorry.
You must be joking. Tell me you aren't being serious. I'm already in my wedding dress. The venue, the guests, everything's ready. The only thing that's missing is the groom. You can arrive late. It's okay. We can cut out an act or two.
I won't be coming. Please don't wait for me.
Where are you, Christopher?
That's not important. All that matters is that we're over.
How can you be so cruel? We made a vow. You promised we'd be together until the end of our days. Did those words mean nothing to you?
Back then, I really did feel that way, but over time, my feelings changed.
You know I've been making preparations for this day for years. How could you leave right now? Is this even you who's texting me? Perhaps you've been kidnapped, or perhaps somebody's threatening you. Tell me if you need help.
Juliet, I need you to calm down. You're in denial. That's perfectly normal. Take a deep breath. Everything's fine.
Everything's not fine. What kind of twisted individual do you have to be to do this to someone? If there were issues, why didn't you bring them up sooner? Where are you? I need to see you right now.
I'm with Abigail.
You're in the old servants' quarters? So you're here at the wedding venue.
Why would Abigail be in the old servants' quarters?
Well, the maids and waitstaff are using the rooms as storage units. Since she's one of the maids, I just assumed she was with the rest of the staff. Wait, why are you making me justify my words as though I've insulted her? Why are you with her in the first place?
Sorry, was my statement too vague? I'm with Abigail in a hotel room. We're planning on living together from now on. I left you to be by her side.
You can't be serious. We've known each other since high school. Are you really expecting me to believe that a woman you met only a year ago is the reason you're leaving me?
Well, yes, that's the truth. Whether you believe me or not isn't going to change anything.
I still don't get why you do something like that. Why on our wedding day?
Isn't the answer clear? I fell in love with her.
She's so gentle, sweet, and loving despite the world constantly trying to bring her down. The day I looked into her beautiful, sorrowful eyes, I knew I wanted to hold her in my arms and shield her from harm the rest of my life. Could you please stop gushing about her?
You're the one who asked for an explanation. I tried my best to win over these feelings, but with each passing day I could tell we kept drifting further and further apart. I know my decision doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but the heart wants what it wants.
Heart? Love? Do you think it's that easy to fool me? What you're doing right now isn't motivated by love. You are trying to hurt me. You deliberately chose the day that caused me the most pain.
That's not true. I never meant to hurt you. I got dressed, I got into the car until the very last second. I believed I'd be marrying you, but then I was overcome with emotion and realized I just couldn't bring myself to drive toward the venue.
Overcome with emotion? You're unbelievable. What am I to do now? Should I go out there, get a mic, and tell everyone the wedding's off? I can't do that.
What else is there to do?
Come back and tell them yourself.
What?
That's the least you could do for me. Come here and tell everyone we're no longer getting married because you cheated on me with one of my maids.
I can't do that. I don't want to demean my one true love in front of our guests.
So you'd prefer me to be the one who demeans her?
She did nothing wrong. Why'd you drag her into this? Please, let's just part peacefully.
Perhaps that would have been possible had you asked to break up before the wedding, but it's too late now. Are you ready to lose all your connections in the span of about 10 minutes? Your boss, your coworkers, your friends, and family members, all of them will denounce the man who left his pregnant fiancée at the altar.
What are you talking about? Are you planning on lying about being pregnant just to gain their sympathy? Please don't do anything you'll regret in the future.
Why'd I need to lie? I was going to tell you after the ceremony. It was supposed to be my surprise wedding gift for you.
How long have you known about this?
I found out last week.
I don't know what to say. Are you sure the baby's mine?
Could you have come up with a worse response? Of course the baby's yours. If it's still here after what you've put me through today, you're welcome to take a DNA test.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ask that. I wasn't thinking straight. I just can't believe this is happening to me.
To you, and only you? How do you think I feel? Today was supposed to mark the beginning of our big, happy family, but you've ruined everything, all of it.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Would you like me to come back? It's still not too late, right? I can make up an excuse and we can go on with the ceremony.
Were you always this shameless? What about your one true love? Aren't you worried about her?
Of course I am, but that doesn't mean I'm going to run from my responsibilities.
Does she know?
What?
That you've been two-timing me. Was she aware of that this whole time, or did you lie to her and told her we were on a break or preparing to separate?
She knew we were still together. I didn't want to lie to her.
Yet you had no problem lying to me.
Do you want me to keep apologizing endlessly? Let's just be adults about this and decide what we're going to do.
I've already told you what I want from you. Confess your wrongdoings in front of our guests, and I'll consider letting you see the child every once in a while.
All right, I'll do it as long as I get to keep Abigail's identity secret. I don't want her to suffer as a result of my reckless actions. Could you do me that one favor? For old time's sake.
Sure. I'll let you keep in touch with our child and keep Abigail's identity hidden as long as you do everything exactly I tell you to. How long will it take you to get here?
Okay, I'll do as you say. I'm about 25 minutes away. I'll come alone.
Perfect. Are you still wearing the clothes we picked out?
What does that have to do with anything?
You said you'd do everything I told you to. I spent so much of my time and resources on this ceremony. The least you can do is play your part.
I'm confused.
We'll make an announcement about the breakup after the ceremony's over. It's just one performance. Do it for the sake of our child or your lover's reputation, whichever works for you.
Are you sure you aren't planning on having your guards detain me as soon as I enter?
In front of 100 guests? Don't be ridiculous, I'm not that petty. All you have to do is come here and do as I say.
And you promise this will be the end of it?
I promise, I'll honor my word.
All right. I'm ready to give up on my wealth and reputation to be with my beloved.
Whatever you say. Lincoln, is everything under control out there?
I think so. People are really enjoying the music, but some guests are getting impatient. Did you find out where Christopher was?
He ran off with one of our maids.
What?
Listen, we don't have much time. I'll explain things in more detail later. Right now, I need you to get some items for me.
Okay, sure. What do you need?
Some theater props. Here, I've made a list.
What do you need these for? I don't understand.
We're altering the script, but we only have about 25 minutes. We have to do it before my Romeo gets here.
Are you sure you want to go through with this? Some of these items are a little questionable. Where does one even buy a fake pregnant belly?
Lincoln, please, just trust me on this. If you can't find the fake pregnancy bump, I'll use a round pillow or two. The effect should be similar enough.
All right, I'll do whatever the leading lady wants.
You're the best brother in the whole wide world.
I know.
Okay, you go get the items and find an additional actress. Do you reckon Emma could help us out?
I'm sure she wouldn't mind. We've done crazier things.
Fantastic. Now I just have to redo my hair and makeup. I look like a mess. Oh, and I need to have a chat with some of the guests. We'll have to hurry, but I'm sure we'll manage to get everything done in time.
I'm already on my way.
The ceremony started 2 hours late. The music, the costumes, the food, and the decor was all perfect. Everything was going according to the script up until the actual wedding scene. A quick costume change revealed the now pregnant Juliet ready to marry her true love as their families rejoiced. Out of the blue, a woman dressed as a maid frantically cut through the crowd and embraced Romeo, who, after sneaking a glance at Juliet, reluctantly held on to her. The music turned somber as the narrator explained that without the thrill of the forbidden romance, the couple's infatuation with one another had faded. Bored and still very much irresponsible, Romeo had sought comfort in the arms of another. The groom leaves with the maid by his side. Distressed, Juliet grabs a conveniently placed dagger and plunges it into her heart. But something's not quite right. Her brother runs onto the stage as the stupefied audience watches on and starts screaming for help, dialing 911 on his phone. Terrified, Romeo and the maid rush to her aid, and then applause. Some of the guests in the audience start clapping loudly as the rest join in hesitantly. Juliet gets up, takes the hands of her brother and the maid, and bows. Thank you, thank you. They thank the audience as the curtain falls. Perhaps I did go a bit overboard with the dramatics, but didn't he deserve it? He wanted to make a big show out of our breakup, and I gave him just that. I've always known my brother was a great actor, but I didn't expect his girlfriend to play the role of the maid so well. She had tears in her eyes and everything. As promised, I will not take visitation rights away from Christopher. As for Abigail's identity, well, after his shaky confession at the wedding, I'm sure people won't have much trouble putting two and two together if they ever decide to so much as dine together in public. I'm sure he'll manage to get back on his feet someday, but he'll definitely have to bid farewell to his career in politics. Anyway, I won't make the same mistake twice. I'll play it safe and choose a less tragic theme of my next wedding.